Ziwong here. On behalf of AI Startup Hub, welcome to the hackathon. So I'm going to record a series of tutorial about vibe coding. So this one, I'll just go through what vibe coding is and how are we going to do this exercise in the next day and a half. Okay. So vibe coding is actually coding without typing the code, allowing the AI to code completely, go with the vibe, so to speak. Okay, so now it used to be that when we talk to customer, right? So someone has something that they want to build. These people need to get to work. So you have the analyst talk to the customer, figuring out what they want. Usually customers don't know what they want, so it takes a little bit of back and forth and say, well, do you mean a web application, a mobile application? How would user come in, what they do, right? That's endless job. And then you have a technical architect. Um, this person would know about like how to shape the product. Is it better to use web app, Next.js, React, native mobile app, React mobile app, database, authentication, right? So these things are designed by the architect. Now from there, you would so these two people actually go then talk to the developer to actually type the code, and then there's a designer also on the side understanding everything and then creating a visually good and then creating also a great UI UX experience. Okay, so these people used to be needed in order to create a good product or good solution for the customer. Now in the future, in the vibe coding world, we believe this is the future. There is a vibe coder, you, and you talk to the customer, and then you turn around and talk to AI to make this happen. Okay, so this is the exercise that we want to test. Now to do this, I've created a GitHub repo, and then let's look at the GitHub repo. It's here. You can scan this QR code. I think if I click on it, right? So this is it. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit. Um, and now here you will see is divided into preliminary information, system requirements, technical documents, and design documents. All of these are actually created by AI. This is the only thing. Things in this folder is the only thing that supposedly come from the customer. In this example, we recorded a conversation, a conference call between a few people. They were talking about this greenhouse management system. So we will start with this and see how to use different vibe coding tool to actually make something happen. Now, you are free to use this as a base of how do you create your project or not. So this is all completely up to you. So you can come to this repository, look at all the prompts that we use, right? So here are some of the prompts. I'm going to walk through them shortly, and then all these documents are generated by AI. You can read the README. Okay, so let's dive into a little bit on the prompts. The idea is that vibe coding is not just going into Lovable and type a single line or short paragraph and make this something happen. You need to get um, detail enough, because just like in the past, where when the customer said, "Oh, I just want something that tracks something," well, you don't know how to build that, and that's the analyst job or the product manager's job to actually extract information from the customer. So the more information we know from the end user or the customer or whoever is designing this, the better. And that's what I am in this example. I'm calling the preliminary information. So again, this we start with a meeting recording, a transcript of the meeting. You can start with your description of what you want to build, or even preliminary screenshot. So you can put it in here. And from here, we start having, we send prompts to LLM, And this is the prompt that will start with telling the LLM that take the preliminary document and craft a set of business requirements in whatever system you want to build, including these information in the requirements, and then save the file. Now, this prompt assume the tool have access to your file system. It can create folder, it can create documents. Now, if you're using simple ChatGPT or Claude and any other chat, only chat base, you can actually just issue the prompt as it. It won't be able to create a folder, but it will create the files for you. So what I want to encourage all of you to think about is you start from preliminary business, probably not as organized information, a set of preliminary business information. From there, you ask AI to actually organize it. That is a very, very important step one. Organize it into core requirements, some technical requirements, what is needed. So this is what we call business requirement. This is very, very important as first step. Now, the second and third step is also important, but some of the vibe coding tool you will see down in the next few videos um, may not be may not need that. So they may do these steps on their own. But I'm going to go through that. So step one is generating business requirements. So from there, we'll say, okay, you already have business requirements. Now generate technical documents. So this include some architecture, screen breakdown, API, database design, sequence diagram, like how the calls will function. These are real documents that we as technical architects will need to create. So now we can ask AI to do that. And then on the side, also from using business requirements, we are asking the designer, right, and other AI to create design guidelines, color palettes, screen design. Now, if you already have some of these idea, you can put it into the preliminary so that it will flow down. And then now the important thing is now that you have all these information, business, technical, and design document, you ask the AI to actually create the application. And here we have example of Node.js, React Native, and then a full stack app. So you can, I mean, and you can see the prompts is very similar. You just have to tell it what kind of application you're trying to create. In here, it's a React Native application. um, okay, so feel free to use or experiment with these prompts in the LLM of your choice. Okay, so in the next video, I'll show different vibe coding tool on using some of these prompts. Okay.